And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to our next best of 5 here of the night. It is going to be Maru versus MaxPax. The vetoes are done. The lobby is set. The players are ready, and we are diving into our next best of 5, which means, predictions, of course, they're open. Predictions are open in the chat, so place your bets on how you think the series is going to be going, whether MaxPax or Maru are victorious. Do you cheer for Team Korea or the world? Best of luck. Best of luck is spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Hecate. We have the South Korean Terran player, usually representing On-Side Gaming, but here he's representing Team Korea. It is Maru. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Danish Protoss player. He just eliminated Solar. He just took down one player. Can he do it again? Can he take down another representing usually representing Sidestorm Gaming, but he is here representing the world. It is MaxPax. Here we go. If they're just playing StarCraft, then Maru is okay. Maybe. Again, we have the best of the best players in the world out here, duking it out. You know, I'm sure people said the same about Cyril. I'm sure they were like, no, yes, Cyril, he's a sure thing. He's just going to kill everyone. No, papi. That was not the case. And I'm sure even Maru can bleed against some of these top players representing the world. You know, we still got Clem in the back line. We still have Oliveira. And of course, MaxPax is still here duking it out as well. And so far, we do have an economic opener out of Maru. It's going to be a Rex Expand. A single gas opener is forced to throw down the CC a little bit off center, but of course, you can lift it up. It's all good. We'll be repositioned. Just going to delay the CC for a second or two. Meanwhile, back at home, MaxPax did make a Zealot. Did chrono out a Zealot back at home, so a very aggressive start here from MaxPax is a Gate Expand, don't get me wrong, Gate Cyber Expand, but the Zealot is making his way across the map. Ideally, the Zealot gets here in time to delay the CC and buy enough time for the Adept to get out as well. So MaxPax are going to be very in the face of Maru, going to try and disrupt his economy even further. Here we go. As the Zealot is going to be waddling on in. And it is going to take a lot of hits already. The SCV will survive and the Zealot will go down. At the same time, the units are distracted. The Adept gets in, but no. The bunker finishes and up. The CC finishes as well. MaxPax, he gets nothing done. Ay. The Zealot went down, the Adept went in, and nothing was delayed. So a strong start here from Maru, but a second Adept arrives. And even though we didn't delay the CC, these two Adepts, they can commit to the Shade and they can take control of the mineral line. There we go, they go straight for the mineral line as well. These SCVs are looking very, very battered and bruised. Good control here from Maru, but he will lose, one SCV. But he gets so much damage done here on both Adepts. As the Adept did go down. Yeah, did go down to the Reapers. Very nicely done. The Adept is hunted down and Maru regains control of his natural base. He's just saturating it back in the main. He's going for a 2-1 setup. Ooh. Yeah, actually going for a faster eBay as well. So a strong bio commitment. He's delaying his starport by quite a lot to build up a bio army. Marines, Marauders. It's going to be hitting with Stim and +1. Meanwhile, across the map, the Reaper steps in, and Maru gets a full scout of the main, confirming the Twilight Council. Talking about said Twilight Council, this is not just a Blink opener, but how many gateways in total? We have 1 gateway in the main, we have 2 in the natural. It's going to be a 3-gate opener, which means MaxPax is going to have a bit of map control, and he's going to be taking a third. He is going to be expanding. This isn't overly aggressive. It's enough for mapping. Oh, never mind. I was about to say it's not overly aggressive, but he is making a Warp Prism, which, you know, I'm getting mixed signals here. Not just a Warp Prism, we have a Dark Shrine on the way as well. MaxPax, he delays his third base in favor of some more tech. MaxPax throwing whatever he can at the wall. Will it stick, though? As we can see, Maru just focusing on defense right now. He's just building up his forces. He's still a ways away until he gets a +1 in stim, so he's still stuck at home until then. But MaxPax is looking for a way in. Now he will expand behind this. He is not all in, but he is investing quite a lot to these stalkers. Oh my god, and he will take down the bunker. Bunker does go down. There it is. Third base is thrown down behind this. There is that third. As the Warp Prism slips into the main. For the time being, Maru, he's focusing his defenses here at the natural. But Maru, he splits his attention and goes into the main. Gets 3 SCVs. He will not get a Cyclone. Maru holds. Takes a couple of worker kills, but nothing too major. As the Dark Shrine is done. And we can warp in some DTs. Here we go, the Invisible Man. 3 DTs do come in. 1 into the natural, 2 into the main. And do we have scans available? We do. We have 1 scan at each CC. And does he see the shimmer? Oh! He's distracted by the prism itself. Scan doesn't quite get the DTs, and workers are going down one after the other. Ay, ay, ay. Finally, we clean this up, but 13 workers go down, and we're not done. We have another DT here in the prism. And this is getting a surprising amount of damage. At the same time, the stalkers come in. Maru is being pulled apart. Tank goes down. Oof. And in the end, 16 SCVs go down. Not just that, but we lost a tank. This bio army is battered and bruised. It was forced to stim, has to regenerate its HP. Now, Maru still is ahead in army supply. Like, he can still push out. He still has a terrifying army. The problem is that MaxPax, with his Blink Stalkers, he's containing his opponent. He's keeping tabs on this army, and he's chipping away at it as it moves out. MaxPax has plenty of time to react. He's got an Immortal coming out. He's got a Shield Battery at the third. There's a lot of pressure on Maru for this move out to not just trade with the army, but maybe even get some economic damage done. At the same time, Zealots, they come into the main. Slow lots. CVs are going down. We have defensive Dark Templar as well. And we do not get the gateway. It looks like Maru is being deflected. Does go for the scan, but the DTs are saved and morphed into an Archon. MaxPax overextending for a moment. Did lose some Stalkers. Regardless, he will hold. As we warp in another Lone Zealot into the main base. Just a single Zealot though, so Maru, he will hold. He takes down the Prism. Big pick off. Very nicely done. But behind this, there is still no third CC. And MaxPax is getting further and further ahead economically. Base on the way. Colossus production, 4th base as well. And yeah, we're all in. I was about to say, but there's no third CC. We have to pull the boys. Maru is completely all in. One way or another, the game is about to end. Either Maru kills MaxPax, or he dies trying. MaxPax, he cancels the 4th. He spots the army. And does Maru have enough? He's taking down a couple of workers. Mines are getting in position. We have a Colossus already. Good mine shots. Still plenty of SCVs here to help buffer, but the army is just getting smaller and smaller. As MaxPax just kites back, and here we go. We get another wave of Zealots collapsing on this army. And Maru is being forced back. There's just too much Protoss, too many reinforcements. Maru, he almost broke through. He almost got on top of the Colossus, but we have a second Colossus coming out. Pick up, we're dropping into the main. A desperation move here out of Maru. He's doing what he can. Gets a DT. Ah. And behind this Maru, he's down to 30 workers. He's barely on barely on 2 base saturation. Still rallying across the map. He's building up towards the second wave, and Maru still has a large army, don't get me wrong. It's just the quality of the army of MaxPax is getting stronger and stronger with 3 Colossi now. He's got a shield battery at both bases, which means an overcharge. At least MaxPax doesn't have a 4th, but that's soon about to change, as a 4th is thrown down. Now, if MaxPax neglects his warp-ins, then maybe Maru can catch him. Because it feels like we don't really have too much to support these Colossi, but there we go. He's consolidating his forces, bringing everything together. Zealot run by, not just to get damage done, but also to get an eye on the base count of his opponent. Runs into the army. Again, MaxPax is still Maru is still very all in. Disruptors are on the way. Templar Archives for Archons. And here we go for the second time. Honmono, is that you? We're pulling the boys a second time. This time we're barely leaving anything back at home. It's all or nothing once again for Maru with our second all-in of the game. Oh, but there are so many Zealots. 3 Colossi, a Disruptor as well. Nova goes off, connects, takes down 2 of the mines. Already a good start from MaxPax. Zealots dragging some of these mine shots forward. Softening up the Vikings. Vikings are going ham. They can get 1 Colossus, maybe. Maybe 1? Up. Not quite as we pull back to the overcharge. GG gets called, MaxPax holds, and MaxPax takes game number 1. GG. GG, well played. Maru was in a rough position there. He was just contained to these 2 bases. He was forced all in just because of how much damage MaxPax was doing. It really caught me off guard as well when MaxPax, he went 3-gate blink, but he delayed his expansion, went into DTs, and those Dark Templar did so much. It isn't just the damage that the Dark Templar did, but they also created these openings where the Blink Stalkers were able to punish Maru and pick apart his army, pick apart his tanks as well, just because Maru was just frantically chasing down those Dark Templar. Really well executed there from MaxPax. Something you don't see too often. Again, you like Dark Templar in this matchup, but more of a rarity. So it's really cool to see MaxPax not just use them, but win with them as well. GG. With that, MaxPax does take a lead in this series, but it's a best of 5. It is a best of 5. Plenty of games ahead of us. This could still go either way. Maru can and will fight back. Will we see another ace match? Personally, I hope so, but personally, I would also like to sleep at some point as well. It's been a long cast. Has been a long cast. Oh. Again, we wrapped up with ESL Asia earlier. Now we're getting into the Cao Shuai Cup, and from my understanding, it is only a 2-day event, so regardless of how long these series are, we're going to the end. We're going all the way, papi, all the way. Going the distance. Here we go. Oh, may as well. May as well just... Yeah. I want to use this whenever I can. It's nice. It's nice. I appreciate the music. It's good stuff. Yeah, rough game 1 there for Maru. Wasn't really able to spread his wings, wasn't able to really soar. He had a good early game. Remember, his Maru's early game was solid, where he was just shutting down the Zealot harass, the Adept harass, minimizing his losses, getting into a solid early game. But it was afterwards, right? It was getting into the mid game where where MaxPax was able to really thrive, and Maru was pulled apart. Again, really just not expecting, not anticipating the Invisible Man. Never see him coming. Pew pew, exactly. You understand. But here we go, you can hear the beeps, they are upon us! We are loading into our next game. Game numero dos. I believe on Golden Aura, I think, if I remember correctly. Yeah, here we go. No shot, this is a 3-0, right? No shot. Unless... Here we go. As spawning in the top left-hand corner of Golden Aura, we have the blue Terran player. Again, is going to be representing Onside Gaming, but here he is representing Team Korea. It is Maru. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, leading the series 1-0. We have the Danish Protoss player, the red Protoss, representing the world. It is MaxPax. Oh. The world sending out their best to face off against the land of Korea. SCV does make a beeline across the map. This is looking like an eBay block from Maru, as he does head towards that natural. MaxPax at the same time sends out a probe, and he... Oh my god, he barely does not see the SCV. Oh, that was unfortunate, as the SCV did hug the edge of the wall there, and the eBay is thrown down, and MaxPax has no idea, and MaxPax is going to be forced to take the unnatural natural. He is getting the Zerg experience. He's getting the Zerg treatment. Feels bad, man. Again, it was close, but he didn't scout us. The probe comes down to the low ground. This eBay is almost done. Does not have to finish. We can cancel it whenever we want. And MaxPax has to expand elsewhere. And this does make the early game quite awkward for the Protoss, especially if the Terran decides to be very aggressive. And we can see Rax expands, or a single gas setup here. But we are going straight for the factory. Show me the reactor. There it is. Reactor is on the way, which means we should be seeing an add-on swap and Hellions coming out. So Maru is looking to be quite assertive here with his first couple of units. Looking to try to punish MaxPax. And have his way with these mineral lines, have his way with this economy. Behind this, Maru should be expanding. He does take a second gas, actually. Oh my god. Man, he's doubling down. He takes a second gas and he goes straight for the starport as well. Very bold move. He doesn't go for the add-on swap. Okay, my mistake. Is he going for a tank drop? Tech Lab is on the way on the factory, and show us the tank. Okay. Bold move from Maru. Tank is in production. This is very aggressive out of our Terran player. This is basically a setup for a one base all-in. His natural is heavily delayed. But the goal here is that Maru, as I mentioned before, he wants to take advantage of how awkward the base setup here is from the Protoss. MaxPax, he realizes something is wrong. Void Ray's on the way. Good call here from MaxPax. Again, he sees the tech lab on the factory. He knows that something is amiss. He's coming in for a follow-up scout. And the Void Ray will help here against whatever Maru throws at him. And there's that CC on location. So a very late expansion from Maru. Because of how late this expansion is, there's a lot of pressure on Maru to get damage done. He needs to make this worth it. Got Widow Mines all the way behind this. Second medevac as well. The Adept will commit to the Shade, and oh, we could even delay the CC. This forces the tank back home. This is pretty huge. Ay, ay, ay. MaxPax, he confirms the expansion. He delays the push. This gives plenty of time for MaxPax to get 2 shield batteries here at the natural. He's set up here in his main with another shield battery. Gateways, Oracle. He's looking strong here. Did Maru miss his timing? Okay, well, he's he's going to drop here on the left-hand side. He's going to drop to try to distract his opponent. We are committing here with a quadruple mine drop into the main. 4 Widow Mines are on the way. SCVs are going down. There is no armory. The Void Rays have right. No, no shot! The medevac survives. The mines are dropped. Up! And mine shots are going to be going off. 6 probes go down. 7 probes. Not too bad. Could have been worse. And one of the mines does survive, but there we go. It is going to be hunted down. I was so concerned that the medevac was going to fall before any of the mines dropped. That would have been disastrous. And we're not done. We have another mine drop into the natural base. MaxPax does get eyes on this. He does react, does pull back, but he loses 4 probes, and the mines are saved. Maru, he might have a late expansion, but he is getting damage done. No, the tank! Oh my god. But Maru will lose his army out on the map. Does save his tank at least. The drop is being forced back. Do we have much at home to defend? We have 2 Cyclones, 1 tank, 1 medevac. Maru even taking his 3rd base on location. Crazy! Bold move. He's going mech! Oh my god! 2 more factories! He's going mass cyclone! He's crazy! More cyclones are on the way. 3rd is being taken as well, but MaxPax, he's here to stop it. With these Void Rays, he's gonna snowball out of control. Another cyclone goes down. And we can keep on pushing. The tank falls. Only 2 cyclones remain. 1 cyclone remains. GG gets called, and MaxPax takes a 2-0 lead, shutting Maru down before he can get into mech. GG. Oh my god. MaxPax, he's popping off, and Maru, I like the idea, you know, when he forced kind of an awkward base layout. I like the idea of trying to punish that, but he doubled down very hard, going for a 1-1-1 before the natural base. Very aggressive, very committed out of Maru, and it did not pay off. It was shut down, and Maru, he was taking so many risks at the end there. He was going mech, he was throwing down his 3rd CC on location, he was doing everything he could to come back. But this is Golden Aura, and Golden Aura, the rush distance by ground is so short on this map. It didn't take long at all for MaxPax to counterattack, and he kills Maru then and there. And is this our last game? I mentioned earlier, jokingly, I was like, mate, is this going to be a 3-0? It's becoming a reality, Papi. It's happening. I don't want it to happen, but we're 1 game away from that. 1 game away. Aye, aye, aye. As we get into our next game, a big shout out to Ranger in the chat. Hope you had a great stream. Hope you enjoyed your ladder session. For those of you that are tuning in, we are getting into game 3 between Maru and MaxPax. This is Korea versus the world. Welcome. Welcome, Papi. Welcome. Oh. Is medevac plus 4 mines worth 7 probes? It's okay. Not quite, not quite. Regardless, here we go. We're getting into this, and spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Oceanborn, we have the South Korean Terran player representing On-Site Gaming, but he is here representing Team Korea down in this series, up against the wall. He needs your energy, he needs your support to make a series out of this. It is Maru. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Danish Protoss player. We have the Protoss for the world, representing the world. It is MaxPax. 1 game away. 1 game away from taking the entire series. Maru needs to pull off a miracle. He needs to pull off a reverse sweep. Not unheard of. Not on. It's not something out of the possibility for Maru. He could do it. It's just gonna be an uphill battle. An uphill battle for Maru. And that is something that you rarely say, but you know, he's down 0-2. No more mistakes, no more slip-ups. Maru, he goes for a double gas opener for the first time this series. For the first time, double gas opener, which means he's going to be a little bit more aggressive. Not all in, that does not mean that. But he could actually go all in if he wanted to. For now, he's going to be walling off here at the ramp. Going to be denying the scouts from MaxPax, ensuring that he doesn't get in. Doesn't realize what is going on, whether it's an economic opener or an aggressive one. Back at home, MaxPax just going for his gate cyber expand. Just getting into his game. Here we go. Probe is going to be hunted down. Ideally, you want to try to hide this probe from the Reaper, but it is found out, and Maru has denied any additional scouting information. Behind this, we have the CC on the high ground, so it's going to be a Rax into factory. We are not set up for an add-on swap. Bear that in mind. Oh. As for the first time this series, MaxPax is going for a Stargate opener. Stargate is on the way. Phoenix is on the horizon here for MaxPax. And Maru is setting up for a mine drop. It's not going to be the most committed one. I believe there are going to be 2 widow mines for this medevac drop. Maybe 3. As the Reaper dips into the main. And it does confirm the opener. He's able to get behind the mineral line. He sees a Stargate. He also sees the first unit coming out, so he knows it's not an Oracle. It is a Phoenix. Oh, interesting. And upon seeing the Phoenix opener, Maru, he does not make the medevac. He goes for a Viking first. He's spreading out his widow mines. He is not going for a drop. He is looking to catch those Phoenixes. Maru taking a much more defensive position. Mines, Viking, Cyclone. It's getting ready here for the move out, and up! Catches a Phoenix! Both mine shots go off as well. We didn't even need it with the Viking, but really good positioning here out of Maru. A good start, a strong start from our Terran. Can he do it again? As he unburrows and repositions his widow mines, or at least one of them. Second Phoenix comes in from the right hand side. MaxPax dips in and confirms that there's an expansion, so he knows it's not a one base all in. Very important that he did so. Very important that he did get eyes on that. As he's working on his robo. Building up his Phoenixes. And Maru, opponent killing that first Phoenix, now he's moving out with everything he has. He unbars his widow mines, he's moving forward with his Cyclone. And this is looking to catch whatever he can. He will delay the third base. He's Pushing into the natural. Phoenixes were across the map. They're out of position. Maru, can he break into that natural base? We'll be losing one of those Widow Mines. Good lock on here from one of his Cyclones, but he loses the other, and that means that he won't be able to push in. He's containing his opponent, though. That's what's important. He delayed the third base. He canceled it. Oh, Liberator gets into the main. 6 probe kills. And Maru backs off. It's good enough. A solid amount of damage. 6 workers. Delay on the third. As long as he doesn't lose too much here in the retreat, he's looking good. That is a lot of Phoenixes, and we could try and ignore these units. Well, not going to, though. MaxPax does respect them. He does back off. Maru getting his own third base on location. This is something that we don't get to see too often, but Maru, he is ahead a base. In a TvP, he is ahead of base. He's going to be ahead in workers. Maru, he has a strong economy, has the setup for a strong economy. And now suddenly the onus is on MaxPax to cripple the economy of Maru. Let's see if he can pull it off. He is moving out. Likewise, doesn't have too much here. He's got 2 Immortals, but a good amount of Phoenixes. As he rotates on over, picks up Marines, SCVs as well. Doesn't lose anything. A good trade from MaxPax. Meanwhile, in the main base, we're just setting up here into our 5 Raxes. 1-1 is on the way, Stim as well. Maru just building up towards his bio-based army. And again, Maru does have an economic lead. Colossus does arrive again. MaxPax is just trying to do so much with so little. And here we go. He goes for it. He does pick up the tank. It gets the Raven. But the tanks do stand strong. Stim is not done. Without Stim, Maru can't engage. But the tanks are slowly leapfrogging forward. MaxPax is going to back off. That was an okay amount of damage, but again, I still give the edge to Maru. Oh. As he's just building up his forces. He didn't lose any of his tanks. Looking at the unit step here. Did lose a Viking. Sure. Just a couple of Marines. Did lose his Raven as well. But outside of that, this army is just getting beefier and beefier. It's looking terrifying. Max actually will try and take a very exposed 4th base. It's all going to come down to the eventual move out here from Maru. Now he has Stim. Now he can chase down the army. Ghost Academy is done. Ghosts are on the way. And once they arrive, Maru is going to be moving out. Trying to catch some Phoenixes if possible. Going to be scanning ahead of time, trying to get eyes on the army. Now MaxPax, when it comes to his army, he's got 3 Colossi. He's got a decent amount of Phoenixes as well to shut down drop play. But where are those disruptors? That is something that we are neglecting. As MaxPax was supply block for a moment there. Likewise, Maru's armory is late. So 2-2 is heavily delayed. That is going to give MaxPax a little bit more time. But here we go. The move out is upon us as Maru moves out. A Zealot Rabbi is being set up here as well. To push into the main. To head into the 3rd base. Now this run by could do a lot of damage. This drop could do a lot of damage. But this army from Maru is insane. Oh, the Prism goes down. Only 4 Zealots make it in. But we have Zealots going for every single mineral line. The production should clean up the Zealots in the main, and meanwhile Maru is focusing on his push. Here we go, we've got 5 tanks, goes for EMPs, full Vikings. And there's just no way for MaxPax to engage here. Good EMP. Zealots across the map. Hey, they get a tank. They're getting damage done, actually. They are hitting the economy of Maru. He is struggling to defend. The first disruptor arrives. Oh! Big Nova. Takes down Marauders, takes down Ghosts. But he has broken the third base. Ooh, just barely depowers that Robo as well. Denies the disruptor. Meanwhile, these Zealots, they're doing a crippling amount of damage. They get 25 SCVs. And even though Maru killed the base, he did not kill the workers. Here we go, MaxPax. He's collapsing on this army, trying to get on top of the tanks as well. But pushing up a ramp, it's not going to work out for him. But Maru's running out of steam. MaxPax, he can't break this siege line, but Maru, he just doesn't have enough to keep on going. His economy was crippled. His reinforcements were crippled as well. This was supposed to be a game-ending push from Maru, and he killed the base, but that's all he got. And now MaxPax, he's up 20 workers. He can expand elsewhere. Zealot Rumbai coming back in. As the dust settles, MaxPax is in a better position. He's looking good, Papi. I mean, hey, he's on 2 Colossus. He's got 2 Disruptors. Working towards a Templar Archives for Storm for Archons. 4th base is being taken. And suddenly things are looking... Well, they've taken a turn for the worse here for Maru. It's great. Like, he was looking so strong leading up to that push. And then the Zealot counterattack got, what, over 20 worker kills. They got tanks, they got reinforcements. And suddenly Maru, he's up against the wall. He's going to be losing some Medivacs here as well. Gets caught out. Oh, I don't think we would have pushed in though. Look, MaxPax, he may have some momentum, but we don't want to push into this. There's 5 tanks. 5 tanks in a concave. We do see MaxPax just trying to find a way in. It's going to be reinforcing with more Zealots. Honestly, I feel like denying the 4th is all we need to focus on. Just deny the 4th base over and over again. 4th is being taken here on the right-hand side, and MaxPax does see it. He's going to be rotating over. Oh! Oh, 2 ghosts go down. Very high-value Nova. And the base is being saturated, but we push on forward. Nova's once again zoning away the army. Big connections! As Maru tries to chase this down. That was a big blow here to the army of Maru. Meanwhile, MaxPax is maxed out. And I can't believe my eyes. It's not even Fireflies, but MaxPax is looking to take this series. He's containing Maru to 3 bases. And what can Maru do? How can he break out? How can he escape this contain? Dark Shrine is on the way, Invisible Man. MaxPax pushing up the ramp. He sees an opening. Gets on top of the tanks. 1, 2, 3 tanks go down, and some ghosts as well. Maru not quite in position to defend. He does get the Colossi. But MaxPax, he can afford these losses. He's got an economy behind it. He can replace this, he can replenish this. Those Vikings, they went ham. But now what can the Vikings do? What can they do? They can kill observers. Can kill observers. Maru gonna be expanding here on the left hand side. We're taking another 4th. This once again will be connecting. Zell's coming in for a bit of a flank as well, trying to engage with this army. Zell's do not make it into the natural base. MaxPax has been a little bit careless. He's been throwing away a lot of units. Speaking of, okay, we're good. But now MaxPax gets eyes on this new 4th base. Now he can focus his attention here. And Nova's going to be going off. Oh my, once again, big connections. The splits are not good enough for Maru. Oh, it's just too much. It's too much, papi. Zellsay close the distance. GG gets called, and MaxPax will take the series 3-0, eliminating Maru. GG. GG, well played. Oh my god. MaxPax, of course, the best that the world has to offer when it comes to Protoss. And yeah, he went all the way to the ace. It went down to the wire. It went down to the wire against Solar, but here against Maru, MaxPax was looking solid. A big reason for this, though, to be fair, was the aggression of Maru throughout this series. I think Golden Aura is a good example of that. Yeah, Golden Aura was Maru just throwing everything at the wall, and it just blew up in his face a little bit. Here in game number 3, Maru was looking solid. You know, he had successfully defended against the Phoenixes. He had taken minimal losses. He was building up towards this one end game push across the map to the 3rd base. But MaxPax, with his Zealot counterattacks, crippled the economy, caught reinforcements, and Maru just wasn't able to close it out. He was not able to close it out. He was on a timer, and suddenly everything swung in favor of MaxPax. GG. Well played. And just like that, the world are looking strong. They're looking good. 2 players left. 2 players remaining for Team Korea. We have Hero and we have Dark. That is it. Oh, predictions. Oh, as predictions are coming in. And the question becomes, who is next? Who's next for Team Korea? That's a 50-50 shot. Hero or Dark? That is all we have remaining for Team Korea. Protoss or Zerg. Meanwhile, the world, they've got a little bit more leeway behind them with Clem and Oliveira behind MaxPax, supporting him. Oh boy. Who is it going to be? We are going to be going on a short break. Short break here while Team Korea decides who they want to field. Take this moment to quickly grab some snacks, drain your disruptors, hydrate your hydras, when we return to the conclusion of Team Korea, of Korea versus the world. See you soon. See you soon.